So now we're going to talk about how noncommutative phase is defined in relation to light as spirit or consciousness. So there's a lot of physicists discussing the mystery of light, because since light has a zero rest mass, to claim that light is just a coherent phase as a laser, so therefore boson with a one spin is not it's not accepted by many physicists. And so in contrast, De Broglie argued that light has inherent relativistic mass from a quantum perspective. So this means that the phase is defined differently. In classical physics, the phase is assuming you're at a rest frame of zero time, whereas De Broglie argued that the phase, the law of phase harmony, has an eternal moving phase, with the future harmonizing the past, and the future is faster than the speed of light. So then on a cosmological level, Sir Roger Penrose argues that time at the beginning of the universe is highly coherent, but it's also highly asymmetric. And so because the universe is accelerating in space, that with time, as time increases, that means that the energy of the light is actually being shifted into time as the inverse of the momentum. So the phase is defined as momentum on the quantum level, which is then directly proportional to the mass. But the mass in classical physics is only defined as from the squaring the amplitude as the intensity of the light, which is essentially like saying the number of the particles, not the energy of the light. And so in the quantum phase, it's inherently non-commutative, so that before the light can be measured, it can't be seen, and the light can only be seen as an interaction with matter that has a rest mass, and with the assumption of science, assuming that there's a rest mass. But as Nobel physicist Gerard de Hooft, sorry, I don't know how to say his name, he says that if you try to contain light in a box, then light is heavy, meaning that it exerts a pressure that can't be differentiated from the rest mass of matter. So the mass stays the same, but the weight as matter changes. So that it's the relativistic mass that light secretly has, even though it has a zero rest mass. So some physicists have argued then that there's like an inherent box to light that Schroedinger actually wrote about, and that is the Compton Effect of how matter and light and scattering of light and matter as matter absorbs light is the quantum leap, and so that the momentum reverses, and in effect there's a standing wave of phase change based on the momentum, and then this is non-commutative because the actual phase of the particle is a superluminal phase. So as the Broglie explained, as the particle goes toward the speed of the quantum frequency increases as momentum. But since it's relativistic, the time also increases. And that goes against the principle of Pythagorean, that frequency is inverse to time. So therefore, there has to be a negative time or reverse time from the future that's harmonizing with the increasing frequency of the energy of light, so that the time also goes down, but it's going down from the future. So what the physicists are calling this is sub-quantum energy of light, and it's a secret one-half speed of light based on virtual photons. So you can have positive virtual photons and negative virtual photons, and then these actually are then tied to the graviton as the phase shift before the amplitude is squared. So this is what they're looking for with the LIGO experiment, where they're really following classical gravitation waves. But if they can squeeze the light before its amplitude is squared and the intensity, then they can discover this graviton as the secret space-time energy, but essentially it's just time energy before it's converted into space and amplitude or mass. And so then is surrounded time is before space. And this is what the ancients have argued. Unknown time is also consciousness, it's formless awareness. So that's the way to think of this is that light, it's the same photon, but it just reverses the time. And the frequency appears to change, but only the space-time is changing. And so that the energy of the light is that energy reverses the original cause of the universe is this non-commutative phase shift from the eternal time frequency of the past and the future overlapping. So, so that's all I have to say is that we think of light there. Dr. Fred Alan Wolf, he also talks about this with light, and so does Penrose, and so it's in meditation